Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we will be looking at where Jay's location was when he sent Lucy the screenshot, because it looks like he hadn't gone off-road yet. Also, the stolen watch was spoken about by one of Jay's friends, but which friend was it? And a message from Jay's ex-girlfriend says that she thought Jay was taken by someone. So the first thing we are going to look at is an article which talks about a stolen Rolex. I believe we have looked at this before, but something I do want to talk about is the fact that one of Jay's friends, who had traveled to Tenerife to help search for Jay, told detectives that the stolen watch incident could have led to Jay's disappearance. We know that Debbie flew some of Jay's friends out to Tenerife to help with the search, and one of them spoke about the stolen watch situation, which apparently never happened. I don't know if there was a stolen watch involved, because it was said to be a made-up story, but to be fair, there was a lot of stories that were being made up throughout this case. What I'm showing you now is an article that tells us that a Rolex watch was stolen off an Eastern European man after the NRG event. Then, you have an alleged picture of Jay saying that a watch was stolen and he was on his way to sell it. So it's not like this theory just came out of nowhere. There is actually a story behind it. Jay had apparently said that he stole a watch, and a man did have his watch stolen. So if anything, this theory has more validation than most. Something else that was said in this article is that the watch that was stolen ended up being taken to the Airbnb where Jay traveled to with Ayub and Rocky. Then Jay ventured into the wilderness in an attempt to steal it. So what does this statement mean? Because if the watch was taken to the Airbnb and Jay had apparently already stolen it, why would he need to steal it again? Unless Ayub or Rocky took the watch off him and Jay somehow took it back, then headed off and tried to escape the Airbnb and get out the area. This would kind of explain why no one actually came to get Jay straight away, because if Jay told Lucy and Brad what actually happened and asked them to come and get him, maybe if they went to get Jay, they could have ended up putting themselves in danger, and they didn't want to do that. Also, the message to Brandon where Jay asked him if Ayub and Rocky were all right to be around, he could have asked that because they had all taken part in stealing a watch, and Jay thought they were going to take it for themselves. Because in the actual image of Jay saying he had stolen a watch, it says that he's on his way to sell it with two Somali kids, and we know Ayub is Somalian, so maybe there was some truth to this picture. But on the other hand, it could be someone else in the picture, because we can't 100% prove that Jay took this picture. And also with everyone saying no one had stolen a watch, and it was all made up, that would actually make you think that Jay wasn't the one who took this picture, because why would he say he stole a watch if he didn't? The next thing we are going to look at is this screenshot that was sent to me, and this is some comments from someone on Facebook. This comment was left on one of Lucy's posts that she put on Facebook, and someone has dropped a pin on Google Maps at Jay's location that he had sent to Lucy before his phone died. Then, when he went to that dropped pin, it put him right on the main road. There are a couple of reasons why this happened. The first one could be that Google Maps doesn't go into the mountains, which is why it placed him on the main road. And to be honest, I do think that is the reason why this happened. But if it could go into the mountains, it shows that Jay hasn't gone off-road when he sent his location to Lucy, and Brad lied about seeing Jay go off-road while on call to him. But I do think the only reason this has happened is because you can't actually see this location when you use the 3D street view and can only stay on the main roads. So moving on, we have another article to look at. And I'm sure you all remember Chris Tenerife posting about finding these mystery sunglasses, which turned out to not be Jay's. The first thing we are going to talk about is that they have called Chris a hiker and haven't said that he was working with the family or that he was even involved in the search for Jay. Seeing as Chris was on the news and was said to be someone who helped search for Jay, it's quite strange to just call him a hiker, because that means that he was just out hiking and wasn't involved in actually searching for Jay. Also, the most important thing that it says in this article is that this hiker, who is obviously Chris, suggested that the glasses were thrown there. So first, we have Chris on video saying that he thought Jay's phone was thrown away, and now we have seen that he suggested that the glasses he found were thrown there as well. So at the start, it was very clear what Chris thought, and it looked like he did think that there was foul play involved. For him to say this about the glasses and Jay's phone, he must have been pretty sure about it. But as soon as he spoke to Luggy, who he has never met before, everything changed. And he didn't just think it was a tragic accident, he knew that it was, and was 100% sure about it as well. At the start, this made me believe that he had seen evidence that proved that it was just an accident, but we haven't seen any proof at all throughout this whole case. So was it just Luggy who he spoke to and changed his mind? Or does it sound like he spoke to Rachel as well? Because I just don't understand how someone goes from being sure that Jay's phone and a pair of sunglasses were thrown away to being 100% sure that there was no foul play and that it was just an accident. And that's apparently from speaking to someone who wasn't even in Tenerife. It does sound very strange to me. The last thing we are going to speak about in today's video is what Jessica, who is Jay's ex-girlfriend, had to say about Jay going missing. So someone has wrote about what Jessica had to say, and this is what the message says. She believes there may be more to his disappearance because she thinks it's out of character for him to wander off when the battery on his phone was so low. There are things that don't add up, but he knows what he's doing, and he wouldn't go wandering off in the mountains with no battery on his phone. I really do think he's been taken, and whoever has him needs to let him go and get home to his family and friends. We miss him and love him to bits. So Jessica said that she really thought that Jay was taken, and it's very out of character for him to go wandering off in the mountains without having any charge in his phone. This is coming from someone who was Jay's ex-girlfriend, so she clearly knows a lot about him. So for her to say this, it must make you think that there has to be a reason why Jay apparently went wandering off in the mountains, or even if he did this by choice. I honestly don't know what to think anymore. I don't know if something happened to Jay at the Airbnb, or if he was trying to get away from someone. But what I do know is that personally, I don't believe Jay went wandering off the wrong way, then decided to go off-road, and after knowing he was in danger and surrounded by cliff edges, he still decided to carry on going through the mountains. That's just what I think. And for Jessica to say that she believes he had been taken, it does make me think that there is no way this was an accident, and nothing will change my mind until we get solid proof that Jay fell and that there was nothing else suspicious that happened, and this was just a tragic accident. I just can't change my mind. Let me know down in the comments what you think about Jessica's statement, because if she knew Jay very well, and even she's saying this, surely there must have been some sort of foul play involved in this case. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we will update you as we find out more.